class up in the sky. This the last one. It's finally over. Hello. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. For the last time on Fridays, we talk and just like that. Get on in here. Let's give y'all some time. I always feel a little down when we get like midway, halfway through the end. It's like, oh, I just got here. Are your notifications on, boo? Are you checking? Because we're here at the same time, same place every single week so far. But get on in here. Hopefully, you are here on time, showing us some love and hitting that like button. This will be the last time ever that we talk about it just like that. Ashley, how are you feeling?
And we praise God for that. I am feeling amazing, ready to get this done, ready to get this wrapped up and show them as much respect as they showed their viewing audience last night. That's what I'm prepared to do tonight. I'm in rare form, Tyra. And I'm ready to give them all of that smoke because this was a waste of my time, a waste of 30 minutes, a waste, honestly, of damn near 30, 40 hours worth of TV, of time that I can never get back. This was a disrespectful FU to every person who's ever watched a Sex and the City show, a movie, or this series, in my opinion. But yes, I'm great. I'm ready to get into it.
I don't know. I'm just. We're going to get into it. We have to take a little trip before we just jump into stuff. We can't just start with overall thoughts when we're getting here to the end. We got to start, and then we're going to come back after we watch these videos. We'll be right back after.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
You were a virgin? Yes. I'm a nun.
You deflowered the Virgin Mary.
You can't just accuse an innocent dog of assault. I'm sorry, that never happened.
Mom, believe women.
I don't know which is worse, that you slept with a nun or a tourist.
I ache for you. I need...
I have lost a trusted dog walker, and my sweet baby angel is canceled.
Can I ghost a nun?
It would be a holy ghost.
I have been changed for good. It's from Wicked.
I figured.
I will always love you.
Great last line. Roll credits.
This is all your fault.
You have to forgive me.
Somehow and just like that got dragged into a conversation about a show needing to be good in order to be watchable. And listen, was it wackadoodle? Yeah, but it was our wackadoodle show.
I love it. It's my thing. Let it go.
And do you know how many bad shows are allowed to stay on the air for years? And basically everything Chuck Lorre has ever done. And no shade to those bad shows, because we need them. Did we ever expect And Just Like That, or even Sex and the City for that matter, to be up to the quality of a show like Severance, or like Game of Thrones, or even The Sopranos? No! We don't watch it because we think it's prestige television. We watch it because we like to judge Carrie Bradshaw.
Why judge?
We all judge. That's our hobby. Some people do arts and crafts. We judge.
We need to see her make mistake after mistake in order to feel better about our own lives. Her fantasy world is the therapy I can't afford. And frankly, we need to live in their fantasy world right now, because I don't know if you've noticed, but the rest of the world right now kind of sucks. So while
You broke us!
you can just go back to watching Young Sheldon or whatever, because when it comes to And Just Like That, we all know.
You just don't get it.
And you never did.
No, it's funny.
Ashley, do we not get in just like that for wanting more out of the show?
That makes no sense. I don't understand his argument, his reasoning, or his rationale, because I do, in fact, I agree with one part of it. You can watch a series to judge a character, right? Because like, oh God, what is she gonna do next? Like, oh, I'm better than her. I'm far superior. And that's fine. My issue is that the show should be tolerable while you're watching. There should be a modicum of enjoyment that comes with watching a show. No one was asking for this to be damn The Tudors or, like you said, Game of Thrones. No one was Sex and the City wasn't that, let's be honest. But I mean, I think people were at least looking for something lighthearted that was classy, that spoke to a generation, that spoke to them before, and we were going to find some solace in that, maybe a few laughs. But no.
I don't know. I agree with what he said, but I also disagree because he is actively comparing Sex and the City to it just like that. And it's two different shows in my opinion. Something
Exactly.
about Sex and the City was sexy, it was whip smart, it was quirky in its way in these weird awkward moments, but in its own subtle way for the show that it is, the writing was smart and decent. The writing here, it just it doesn't give any rhyme or reason. It just felt like it was something to do. It makes this show and these characters and their legacies feel very cheap, and it feels like they didn't care. I don't know. We gonna get to overall thoughts, but let's wrap this up. But I had to put him in there. This video is very popular because it's like it's y'all fault. We got y'all got the show canceled, and if you didn't get it, then just say that. We're here for Carrie. We're here for all those things. We don't need them to switch up the formula. They didn't even get to the original formula. This is something else. This is not Sex in the City. This is and just like that. And it's canceled and just like that. Let's keep going.
No, it's fun anymore.
Staying where you are. You're comfortable there. Thank you.
I know, it is sort of the perfectly worn-in cashmere sweater of apartments, and I love cashmere. Too comfortable. Me living there?
Meaning?
Meaning, am I living or just retreating? Moved in when I was 29. I'm back at 55. I just cannot be one of those people who's like, I have lived in the same apartment for 25 years.
After 20 years.
Been there, done that. Not interested.
Hi.
Nope.
I was a person before you. I was a person before all of you. I am more than just your wife and your mom's.
Have or had?
Huh?
You said you have trust issues when it comes to me and men have. You should have said had. Tense.
Okay, what's your point? It's just a word.
No, it's not just a word. It's revealing of how you feel.
Sorry, I'm not a writer like you and Sherlock Holmes.
Ashley, overall thoughts of the season in general in this episode. So quiet. Ashley.
I hated this season. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. The only, I think episode 9 was like the episode I was like, oh wow, this is what it could have been. Like that was enjoyable to watch. Like that was fine. But from the beginning, this has been probably one of the most useless shows I've ever seen. One of the most lowbrow things I've watched in a very long time, especially from this class of women who are supposed to be, I guess, Upper East Siders, like have lived in New York all this time. I was really, I can't say I was disappointed because we watched season 1 and 2. Season 2, mid to late season 2, I was kind of getting on board. I was like, oh, okay, like I could be over here. Like I see where they're going, like moving in a right direction. And then we come into season 3 and it started out just terrible. Then introduced Aiden and that was just an exercise in futility as well. And again, like I said, episode 9, I said, oh, this is what we could have been doing the whole time. And so my assumption, shame on me for assuming anything, was that we were going to carry along that same vein. Like I felt like that felt like Sex in the City. That felt like a cohesive friend group who were having fun and developing and exploring things about themselves and learning these lessons or whatever. And then episodes 11 and 12 showed me that, yeah, it was just complete trash all the way around. This episode was the worst episode to me of the entire series. Of the 3 seasons, last night was the absolute worst. Anything that they had planned in terms of messaging or where these ladies were going was lost. I feel like just in the filth and disgusting nature of what they decided to put out there. And whatever their qualms are with like young people, it's very off-putting. It's very dastardly, honestly. I don't know what that is. Is that what they really think all young people are like? Tyra, this is something I can never get these 40 however many hours back, and I want them back. I want it back in blood, Tyra.
We can't give them. I mean, if we did, we wouldn't be here with you. We wouldn't be here with the folks here. Y'all hit that like button. This has been a journey. I really thought we were going somewhere after that second season, And we can't sit and say, well, Naya, it was a misdirect and we had to just rewrite and redo. No, that was the least of your worries. Something with this season, and I'm sure it's something that'll come out later on because I keep hearing things about it, but I never just hear something front of X, Y, and Z problems with it just like that behind the scenes. I think there are issues behind the camera in those rooms with the stars of the show. I think there are problems, and I feel like it's very evident in the way that this season goes. It's very inconsistent. It's either like cold as hell or lukewarm. It's really hot. And then when we do get a hot episode, it's at the ass end of the series. And then we get two latchkey episodes of 30 minutes. And then we did the 30-minute thing here. It was just really, really, really lackluster. I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. And I'm not surprised at this episode. I never expected it to be good, and I didn't expect them to bring anything all together because this season did not flow like a final season. And for whatever reason, they're saying they announced it. I think they announced it because they found out when we did. It was just like, oh, so we're not coming back. Oh, okay, well, let's kind of figure out. There was nothing final about this season or this episode, and there was nothing that they could do to kind of pull it all together to make it for as much as they mean to the public and people who love Sex in the City and the show and the groundbreakingness of it all, this to be the send off, because as much as they try to make this something different, this is a huge extension of Sex in the City. So this would be the official send off for a Carrie, for a Miranda, for a Charlotte. And that was not here. This seemed like a gumbo of things thrown together because they were thrown into a situation of, well, let's just kind of rework this season 3 because we're not getting a season 4, and this is the finale. And it was nothing of the sort. By the time we got to the overflowing toilet, the shit humor, like we're going over there for humor, I checked out. I checked completely out. I wasn't really present. That really took me out. I was like, "Oh, we serious?" It was shameful. It was shameful. It was a disgrace to everybody here. Beautiful gowns per usual and nothing else. It was a very long 32 minutes and it wasn't worth it. I really wish that we had stopped at episode 10? We should just stop there. We should just stop there and that could have been the finale because everything that we built up in that episode for them, we tore it all down and we ended them in the state that they're in. It was poor. It was poor and it was trash. It was very sad. But let's get on here. Now we will be having our little moments here with our characters to discuss what happened or maybe didn't happen in the show. And then we'll go to another photo and discuss maybe how we would have sent these characters off because the show gave us absolutely nothing. But who is this Carrie? This is not the Carrie that I thought we would be getting at this point. I think our hopes were up so high from episode 10 and it felt like she made so much progress. So to get here, and this is the last time we're going to see the Carrie Bradshaw in this format anyway, and it's giving Who Am I Without a Man? What is my life without a man? How will I go on without a man? Well, what if, I mean, Duncan said, he's made it very clear he wasn't coming back. Aiden's being Aiden, Big is gone. Like, what is my life? Who am I? Well, I was like, what? There is no outpour or lust for life and what things could be for her as a woman because she's detached. It's like a disadvantage. And this woe is my life because she isn't attached to someone anymore. And we had her acknowledge in this episode that all my life I've never been alone. I've always had someone that's a big part of who I am. And we don't turn this into just something viral to just want to go off and find who you really are alone. It's like she's prepping for spinsterhood. Me, spinsterhood, shoes, and shoe. What? And it felt like they were trying to do something poetic in here and kind of tie her once again to that book. No, I don't need to change my ending or my book's ending, but we don't fully have her set in like a state of happiness or some gratitude or some passion because she's alone. No, it's like I'm alone and I'm set to be settled with that. It's like a detriment, a sentence. I was like, Gramercy all of a sudden looked like a prison this episode. I was like, this is not where I thought we would be leaving her, but at least she looks beautiful. Ashley?
I think this is what happens when you spend 55 years centering men and determining and basing your value and your intrinsic worth in proximity to a man. Like, oh, I'm nothing without this person. I honestly, I'm not disappointed because, again, I'm not going to give these people the power to disappoint me any longer. But I will say in episode 10, I thought we had made a breakthrough. Like, I thought we had rent the veil and we were going across to the other side. She had made a cognitive or I guess an independent decision to go ahead and smash Duncan, knowing he was leaving with no, idea or hope or prospect of a future with him, and that she was fine with it, and that we were going to fast forward a couple months and see her just living her best life. Like, I think the narrative is tired that a woman who determines or decides to be single is just gonna be craven in her home, afraid of the world, and not living her best life, especially with the endless amount of funds that Carrie Bradshaw has. Like, I think that this was so unrealistic. And I honestly, like I said, I really feel like this is a slap in the face to women of a certain age, especially. Like, is this what you think? Like, is this what the writers got in the room and really think about women without a man? Like, she's an independent woman of the 90s. Like, Carrie was that girl, you know what I mean? And it's still that girl. She's still going into rooms and people are like, Carrie, Carrie, Carrie. And so just her even questioning, like, oh, well, what about Duncan? And then it didn't work out with Aiden. And then I'm this. And I'm like, real? Like, I can't even conceptualize the fact that she would still be in this headspace in the year of our Lord 2025, worried about a damn man. You can buy a man, Carrie. You have Big's money and Gramercy. Like, what is the melancholia? Even the lunch out where she didn't know how to work the technology and they bring this big old beanbag to sit in front of her. Where does that happen? People dying solo, live solo, and live really full lives. You have this friend group, you have your career, you're a woman of town. Like, to me, this is just so ridiculous and so upsetting, just even in terms of messaging. People were in my comments all day, TikTok. Well, there was a message. And said message was trash. It was crap. It was awful. I hate everything about this narrative that I'm going to be this because I don't have a man, or I just have to resolve myself that I'm just going to be alone forever. And, I'm just going to have to, what? Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me.
I didn't get it. What really shook me was this is the last time we're going to see any of them. And with us landing on this Thanksgiving holiday and staying there, the aspect of the episode for me was to be in the Thanksgiving holiday and to end with everyone in the same setting at the same time. Like, camaraderie and they went out of their way to actively put every single lady in their own little corner, in their own little chairs in the episode. There was no unity. I was like, why would we do this, especially when it's a holiday themed situation like Thanksgiving? This is the perfect situation for you all to be together and end off like we ended off with everybody in a separate place. I was like, well, what are we saying with that? What's the message? Since there's a message, that's the message I felt. Like, everybody's kind of going off into their own life, doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess so. And then I felt like they were trying to give Carrie some brownie points because you know how desperate Carrie could be at times when it comes to entertaining a man. Old Carrie would have probably, since she was trying to, Charlotte was trying to fix her up with this man here. Old Carrie would have probably, seeing what he was talking about, just because I don't want to be alone. Duncan's gone, Aiden's gone, and I have this man in my face. But the fact that she did her pros and woes and cons, and where there was never really any real chemistry in that way, I was being polite. He's 3 times divorced. He's X, Y, and Z. Like, I'm not desperate, Charlotte. But I'm like, we give her that and try to give some power there. But the way that she's acting here, it's very indifferent where they put her. But I think that they wanted us to put her in that situation to see how she would react. And since she didn't go for the low-hanging fruit, Carrie's okay.
But here's the thing. But no, But no, because he ran off because of the events in question. Who's to say if he would have wined or dined or took her on that plane ride, how she would have felt afterwards? The thing of it is that you're not going to make me believe that Carrie became fully actualized and realized in this 30-minute episode, because at the beginning of the episode, she's still griping about a man. There's no evolution in Carrie, in my opinion. Girl, you the same, sis.
It's different. She's miping and griping about a man, and she's going in later in the episode where Charlotte, he's X, Y, and Z. Why would you even set us up? But then we sit down with Miranda. Well, you know what's going to happen next? He's going to, ask to leave, and he's going to have to walk me home, and I'm going to have to entertain him. Why? You don't have to. If the exploding toilet never happened, y'all would have made it to Gramercy, and what? Like, what? Where's the power, Carrie? Thank you, but no thank you. I don't know what Charlotte said, but I'm not interested. But it was very nice to meet you.
And we're not gonna pretend like the ones with the money don't make the rules, Carrie. Like, there's nothing in my mind that thinks Carrie, knowing the wealth that she has, is just going to, I don't know. You make the rules, sister. You could be a whole sugar mama out here in these streets. You can have a man for every single day of the week. This is not a thing, Tyra. This is not a thing, and it wouldn't be a thing for Carrie Bradshaw.
It was giving like, well, I've exhausted all my options. I'm just gonna, getting into that. What if Carrie? Now, if it were me, at the very least, I wouldn't have ended the episode with Carrie and Gramercy. I wouldn't have done that. Like, since we're not getting any more episodes, I needed that passion, that vivacious life. Like, it doesn't stop here. Gramercy's home, but I cannot. And she's always been very big on New York, and New York is home. I'm a New York girl, but I'm not attached to anybody. I can go off. Like, why isn't she walking off into the city streets, boarding something, going somewhere? Why is she frolicking through Gramercy? And I know home, yeah. Now it's finally this house. I'm not missing. It was a Luther Vandross moment. I got it. Whatever. I don't care. I do not want to see her confined there, and then we sit. It was like Rapunzel in the castle, in the tower, locked away. Like, life stopped. Why is life stopping? If I was here, Carrie would have definitely not been hovering over a man. We would have left off of that 10th episode. What man? What Duncan? What Aiden? I'm single. I'm still beautiful, still sexy. I'm gonna dress my butt off. I'm still round about town. Let me go out and live my best life. I didn't need to see her humping on a new man or anything, but just to say that she could, I can have my way, and I know my worth. We didn't do that. We didn't do that. We locked her away with her gold locks. Ashley, what would you have done with Carrie?
Yeah. So here's the thing, Darfelina, and I see you, and I'm not hard on her for wanting a spouse. I'm hard on her for centering her whole life and worth around a man's validation. That's crazy as hell to me at her big age, with the opulence and wealth that she has. Full stop, right? Right there. But as far as her going on this, the issue is, it's not about, to me, it's not about seeing her with or without a man. That's it. What I wanted to see with Carrie was her living and loving her own life, period. Whether she has a man or whether she doesn't. Like, I would have liked to see something like that. Like I said, I didn't need to see her hunching anybody else either, but I would have loved to see her going to events and maybe going to the Met Gala again, or just having a fashion moment, maybe going on a trip. Like, hey, I need to get this man out of my hair. What really sent me though, Tyra, was, and I didn't get to deal with this the slide before, was the fact that at this point, Gramercy wasn't even for Carrie. Carrie's not even sure if this is the place that she wants to live. I mean, all of her choices that we've seen her make are in relation to a man and what's going to make this man happy and what he likes and what's going to be best for him and how can I be palatable to him. I would have loved to see her just walk into the fullness of who she is, revel in her success, spend some money, go on a trip, like, have a time.
Yeah.
We didn't get any of it. That's all we've been wanting.
Been one, Eat, Pray, Love, Carrie. And Gramercy was the aspect of not just Aiden, but the boys, and we needed all this space. It's like she made it her own, and it's home, and it's that, but it just wasn't that. I would have loved to see her flourish and go out into the world and go see, and at least have her walking like it was that visual of her at the window and deleting the epilogue, and I was like, oh my god, this is depressing, Carrie. Carrie, life is not over, beloved.
Well, Pamela, I could almost agree with that, except like she said, I thought it meant that she was okay and accepted that she was alone and she was okay with it, but she really
Yeah,
wasn't.
she wasn't.
She
They
wasn't
it was
though.
redundant. All episode, it was about her rejecting the idea. It was very well. What? How do I? Well, what is I? How does this even? Well, Charlotte, it wasn't any acceptance of. I don't have a man. I don't have a husband. I don't have an Aiden, and I'm okay. Like it wasn't that. It wasn't that.
I wish it was. That would have been better.
It wasn't. I wanted it to be as well. Thank you so much, Nelson, for the super chat. Thank you for the great reviews. They were so much better than the show itself. Can we fast forward to Vampire Lestat?
Immediately.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need to do.
Immediately.
Can't wait. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh Lord, me needs type of shout. What the? Bye, Carrie. But leaving this here and getting to this, because we did have this moment. I thought this was very beautiful. This was, oh, I was like, this is gorgeous. This is a gorgeous shot. Us getting this runway bridal gown fashion show moment. It was great. We have all the, well, Miranda's missing. Somebody has to be missing. They said it's four of us. We need the four or three or nothing at all. But we got majority of the women here, which was another reason why we couldn't have Carrie truly set in who she is. And I think she told us who she was here when we have the aspect of the women talking about pretty much why did I get married? And Carrie basically says, like, he chose me. I was just happy to be chose.
Crazy.
I was happy to be chose. So all of the growth that we want for Carrie, Carrie's not going to be anybody but what she is, and in her heart, for the most part, she has giving that strong, pick me, choose me, love me kind of energy. And the whole basis of your marriage to Big and why, I was just because he chose me. He chose me. He picked me. All right. And then who will also get to child? We have Seema here. All of a sudden, marriage is a thing for Seema. It's like we haven't heard Seema drop one inkling about any marriage, and we'll get to Seema also. But I thought that was strange the way Seema was interacting here, and we also get the same kind of conversation from Lisa and Charlotte in the whole wedding of it. And oh, if the old girls only knew, but I wish I knew what I knew now. But in the midst of saying that, even between Seema and Carrie, Carrie's the one who's been married. So you would think if I knew what I knew now type of conversation, she would have something wiser to say beyond he picked me. Ashley, why did they get married?
Girl, don't ask me. It was all like hellified. I was like, oh, why does anybody get married listening to you? And then at the end, she who must not be named, aka Doctor Who, because what the hell do you have on, madam? And Charlotte are like, would you do it again though? Yeah, it's awful. I gotta deal with this. I'm bored. I can't be me. It's all of these things, yet I would still do it. And then I will say that I do remember season 1, Seema talking about the familial pressures and this idea that she'll never get married. And then remember, she was upset with Carrie because Aiden was coming, and it was so.
Yeah,
I think she.
I didn't think marriage was ever like.
Well, she had resigned herself to the fact that it wasn't going to happen. I thought is what she was talking about in season 1, right? Like I've had all these pressures, but it hasn't happened yet, so it's probably not going to happen. And then we saw her really limited trial run as far as dating, and now she's over here with what's his name, reaping and sowing karma. And who doesn't ever want to get married, and now he doesn't want to marry me. So what? Like, you haven't been married all this time. What difference is it going to matter now? And Carrie, I mean, that's exactly right. Was she chosen though? Was she like, she said she was chosen. Was she? I mean, he married her ultimately, but these things are futile again to me, but I will say these are my favorite shots in the episode.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed the bridal fashion show. I thought it was gorgeous. The fashions were fashioning. and all of the things, but I just hate the narrative around it, right?
Yeah,
Like, why is
especially for a final conversation. It's like they pick these moments for the ones who are still, well, not even gonna say the ones, at least Lisa for the most part, to get to a final 30-minute episode to show her marriage in disarray. And to this extent, like, why put her here? You ain't put her nowhere else in all these other seasons, but here it's just like, well, don't do that to this couple when we're not going to see them again. And of course, it's like Charlotte, blah 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 blah. But would you? I wouldn't change a thing, girl. I love Harry. There's just that, but beautiful gowns. Everything was very beautiful this episode. But yeah, Seema tripped me out. I don't know if she's here next, but I wanted to acknowledge it because I was like, this is a gorgeous shot in the episode.
beautiful?
But yeah, Seema is still acting like she's settled. I didn't feel any completion with Seema. Adam has a talk with Carrie. Why? And Seema wears t-shirt and jeans on down to the non-Thanksgiving gathering with Adam's family. My issue with this, like I said, we already have Seema contemplating marriage when that's never really been in the forefront of her dialect when she talked about a significant other. It was just like it was never that. But maybe now it's an option that she's considering because she's never had a man as consistent, with her, like Adam holding her down. So now it's, my man. But when he it's a laughable thing. He doesn't take it any serious. Like, and then they give Adam these weird tendencies, like, and then they don't explain them. He just talks about why he doesn't do, like, even this traditional holiday thing or even the marriage thing, but we don't leave a window to explain why or for them to explore anything as a couple. Things just continue on. We have Carrie ask him, like, she's checking in all about our friend, like, is Seema just a Wednesday or is this a real thing? Or what about the marriage? And what about this? Like, why isn't he talking to Seema? Why isn't he talking to Seema? Why didn't we have that grand fashion show and then come here? Well, I was contemplating, I don't know if I would want that or not, but it is a little iffy to me that is so trivial to you. Would you ever consider that? Why don't you want to get married? Why? We don't have that. We see Seema in her ripped jeans, in that good old penny cap taxi or whatever, because she's been hanging out with Adam. She probably got some crystal deodorant on and everything. And we end off with them just chummy down with the family at Thanksgiving, and it's just like they've made progress, and this is her man, and I love you, and I love you too. But the way that Seema is moving, the way that she's speaking, the way Adam sat and talked to Carrie and not Seema, and the way we don't explore anything further, it still puts us in a state of Seema, like, well, I guess Adam will do. Well, I'm not really sure. Because she's been unsure about him, unsure about everything that he does, things that he likes, things that he says. Somebody in the chat says she killed my mama bird. She killed my mama plant. All of those things have been just iffy. And I don't feel like they're any less iffy here because Seema is wearing jeans. Ashley?
They wouldn't be for me, especially how he walked in that bathroom naked with his cheeks out. I don't want to see your naked booty cheeks. Like, do they think he's giving steam heat? Why do they keep putting this man naked and throwing him in our faces as if he's the prize? Like, as if anyone ever wanted to see this. I think that girl from Yonder say absolutely tone deaf, and that's the best description I can give, because whoever wanted to see this? Who wanted to see Seema with him anyway? And she is settling for all intents and purposes, as far as what we know, and we don't know too much. She is settling. She doesn't want this man. She doesn't. And I mean, every episode it was, what can he do now that's gonna make me, oh yeah, I can't be with him. Oh God. Carrie, he snores on the left side. Oh, he doesn't wear deodorant. I can't. Oh my God, he licks my armpits. I hate him. Like, what are we doing? But then also this fear apparently of being alone. So I'm gonna hold on to him as much as I know he's probably not the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. She's wasting his time. She's wasting her time. I could care less about the family thing and what that's supposed to represent. What I will say, Carrie, the audacity. why are you starting this you're not this self-aware, so why are you aware for her? Like, now she's the go-to, she's the guru everyone's going to get advice from
What are
this.
your intentions towards my friend? Carrie was giving like,
Oh please, oh please, oh please, oh please. Like, I
not
don't
my
buy it, I
Seema.
don't believe it. And then he's so forthcoming. No, she's more than just a day, she's my, she's a lifetime. Shut up, tell Seema that. And then for us never to get the whole thing about you and Seema have a real conversation about my intentions. Like, she's a woman of a damn certain age, like, and you haven't broached this together. You tell everybody else but your man. Like, it's
Yeah. Yeah. And what also pissed me off, I was like waiting on the reveal. We have Carrie sit her ass down here and say, "Yeah, Adam, the garden looks nice, but we need a little ho je ne sais quoi, something that says Beyonce. I need something that says Carrie put out here." We never saw it. Why did we have that moment there and put something here that says me? I thought it was going to be something really important, so I was waiting and looking for it, and unless I missed it, we got nothing. I was like, Carrie, what did you want put out there? You didn't say exactly what it was. Girl, I don't know. I thought it was gonna. I swear, I was waiting. I was like, okay, there's gonna be something here because you couldn't tell us last episode that she wouldn't have paid her left tit to move back into that damn brownstone.
Yeah,
Let me
that's
back
what
it there. I thought it was going to be something significant to kind of bridge the gap of this isn't that, but this is, this is home now. We didn't see nothing.
No, and I would have been cool even with that. I would have been cool if she said, you know what, Seema, I bought this house with Aiden, his kids, everybody in mind. This is too much house for just me. I want to go on a quest to find my new place. That could have been a really cool ending and new start, right? I'm walking into a new space that I've picked out just for me and for my taste and for what I want, that had this epic closet, like maybe half of the apartment or brownstone or whatever was a closet. I would have been so happy with that because honestly, Gramercy wasn't for her.
It's the little peeny Barbie ass furniture in the Gramercy for me. Like,
Oh, God.
Carrie, what are these little ass pieces in front? I guess that single woman, that spinsterhood furniture. We only have, 2 place settings, a half of a little chair. This is chair couches and furniture for people at least 200 pounds or less. Carrie, who is sitting on this dainty Barbie ass furniture? It's all pieced together. It looks like a flea market. It looks like a flea market or like a liquidation warehouse. Like, Carrie, what is this, Carrie? And I know y'all in the chat like, oh, well, Carrie, she was stylish, but she never had like taste in that way. But still, like, Carrie, please.
Hire a designer, a decorator. You have money. What is we doing?
Carrie, please. But actually, if you had the choice, where would you have taken Seema's character?
They ruined Seema's character, honestly, for me, Tyra. Like, I don't even have a vision for Seema because I honestly don't know who Seema is. I honestly don't. We didn't get to see, of course, the fruition of her new endeavor. We know that she's settling in this relationship with Karma. Like, I mean,
Karma.
Listen, what I would have wanted for her was her to be fierce and fabulous and move with that same energy the whole time. But that's nothing. We got nothing of the sort. We got old maiden shoes. And I hate that for her. I honestly would have liked her to stand up and make a sound decision and say, you know what? I'm wasting your time, deodorantless man. This is not the life that I want. You can't provide me with the things I feel like I need. I'm not comfortable in this situation, and I think that this is it. I would have been content with that and her moving on down the road and getting some coin back. That's what I would have liked to see Seema do, is obtain and retrieve and keep the bag. I would have enjoyed that. I just or ante up and find a man, a real man, that you feel as though you deserve, since the gardener wasn't hitting your spot. Like, yeah, they ruined her character. She had so much potential in season 1, and I just feel like it went off the rails for me.
Most definitely. Leaving season 2, I felt like she had so much growth, and we didn't touch her bag. Most importantly, because they played with that this season. I would have definitely kept Seema, have her be guarded. But the way that she was so vulnerable and kind of steam heatish with the director, I like where they were going. And then we got here and we had to, tear that down. I would have definitely kept her there in that space. And she maybe would have had to have that divide because the Seema we met, she was very work oriented. Every 5 minutes, real estate, selling something, and then really trying to meet in the middle and see what we're willing to maybe not so much sacrifice, but give, for the ones that we love. Because I've never had to consider anybody else. What does this mean? Or, her show, like, write the movie for me. They canceled that man out in that situation before we made it to a pyramid, honey. I was like, well, and what she was giving with him, she's not giving that quite with Adam, but they want us to, oh, he's bringing her out of her shell. She's a t-shirt and jeans kind of girl now. Oh, Adam's bringing out a side in Seema that she didn't even know she had. Yeah, I get it, but it's just not that. She felt very passionate last season versus this right here, and how you remember she was staying up. Then she burned. She didn't burn down the apartment. She caused the whole fire because she was waiting on a call and like, oh my god, like all of that. This Seema is nothing of that. I definitely wouldn't have touched her bag, but I would have because the bag was just never the issue. For me, Seema was not so much our Samantha, but I think when we all met her, we knew that the writers put her there to try to fill some gap. I thought it was going to be kind of in the tempo of choosing myself because Samantha was always, I choose myself, I love me more. I thought it'd be some energy like that. And the Seema here that is compromising and giving, well, I'm just going to settle. It's giving Adams good enough. I would think here she would, I choose myself. I love you, but this isn't that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But I would have loved to see and see Seema taking trips and throwing money around. Like, look, this season was just, it was not giving lifestyles of the rich.
Let's not give it that.
But Anthony is still a joke. Anthony got a pie in the face for the finale. Are you serious? Anthony got a pie in the face, y'all. Anthony got a damn pie in the face. Giuseppe set his ass across from this miniature ass table. I don't know what this seating of two, and just because he decides to question the motives or the marriage, or maybe, which was funny to me because we're not going to act like, Anthony, you have not been giving sugar daddy a little bit this season, especially the last episode was like, well, nobody's going to treat you like me, nobody's going to take care of you like Anthony. Like, yeah, it's giving transactional. So just to ask and then wind up with a pie in the face, and it's just kind of a laughable moment because of course I wouldn't try to marry you or attach myself to you in any way for, protection, for shelter to be provided for. I'm not looking for a mommy. I love you, stupid. Pie in the face. Tee hee hee. That's not what I want for Anthony or from Anthony as a lasting impression. This did not give what it I wanted it to give. Don't do this anymore. Leave Anthony alone. Ashley.
I don't care. I really don't. They it's like, how can I say this? They gave us this, right? With, I guess, to purport that they were trying to broaden and give his character, more screen time and depth, and did that and managed not to do it, like at all. Because we talked about this so many times as far as the relationship and the potential that we had for representation here, in the space, in a May-December relationship, what real love would have looked like over here. We got nothing of the sort. The only reason Giuseppe did move in over here is because his roommate is a degenerate pervert, and he's about to be cut off from his family. That is the truth of it. Like, I don't know. It was just odd and, again, slapstick, and I'm really confused. I'm like, were these people in the writer's room stand-ups or something? Like, failed stand-up comedians? Because it just wasn't... it just wasn't funny in this little kitchenette. I hate it. I hate this kitchenette. I hate this dine at this 2-seater table. Anthony is a grown ass man. Why do you have no money? Why do you have no kitchen table? I'm so disturbed by that's what disturbed me more than the pie in the face. But these damn pies. If I don't hear about another pie until Thanksgiving, Tyra, I will be totally fine. From Carrie's uncovered pies to pies in the face to pies everywhere. I don't want to see another pie. And this was just dumb. I don't believe it. I don't even care what happens with them. I don't even care. Was that the end or was that the beginning? What was it? And then I don't. This was never a love thing for me in my mind. The two of them were not in love. And the fact that Anthony went around town like he proposed, I don't know. Oh God, what am I going to do? Is it because I'm like his sugar daddy because I'm buying him Balenciaga? Like what? I don't care, Tyra. I'm so saddened by this. This was just such a miss.
I just knew Anthony was going to bring up the ex-husband, who's a monk now, and maybe a fear of commitment and trust, because I was just kind of abruptly left. What are your intentions? Like, I'm being like, no, it was a pie in the face, and as cute, silent, talky 1920s comedy. Got a pie in the face. See, it was like some Three Stooges. What are we doing here? I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. I thought it was a cheap thing to do to Anthony, especially for what he was supposed to represent. They played in his face all season. I just would rather him not been here at all if this was the capacity that they were going to use him in.
But amazing skincare. He looks good. He's
aging. Look at here. All these pictures here are from way back machine. Anthony looks great. What would you have done with Anthony, actually?
I would have actually seen him explore, of course, his grief over the situation, as well as really develop a real relationship with somebody. I would have loved to see the ins and outs of the relationship as they got to know each other, not have it be really purely just sexual and the size of Giuseppe's penis all of the time. I would have really liked to see them have deep conversations like, how do you feel with another man moving into your space? Another man hasn't been here since your husband left you. I know it's light fare and it's supposed to be comedic. I think there was a way to do that while still honoring and respecting the relationship. I honestly would have liked to see maybe his bakery expand, him do something further in business. But honestly, they ruined the relationship aspect for me with Anthony. Maybe him actually really finally be ingratiated into the foursome, into the group, and actually be invited out, with the ladies. That would have been a cool closing shot, all of them together.
That was what I thought we were doing at Thanksgiving, but nobody made it to Miranda's house.
I mean, something, but yeah, Anthony's definitely a wasted character over here. Even if he would have been the ultimate truth teller and gave everybody the business this last episode, I would have been absolutely fine with that. We got tinges of it. We got sprinklings of who he could have been. Even in his conversation with Carrie, when he's like, what are you doing? Like when Aiden was there, that would have been really cool for him to explore more. Instead, they just put him back in a box and stuck him in the corner. I hate that.
It was sad. I really grew to like Anthony's character, because I swear I used to think Anthony's character was so annoying because they only used him in a certain light. So I was looking forward to getting here and seeing how they could expand upon his character, and they did nothing of the sort. And then you took away something that I actually like. If we weren't going to really ingratiate him into the friends group or take him seriously, maybe put him over there with Charlotte, because I love him with a good Charlotte. I love them together. And we did. It felt like we were working hard to keep them apart, to have him over there spilling the tea with Carrie, which I also did not care for. But Anthony is a very guarded, like strong-willed person. He's not really vulnerable in a way. And there's never too many moments where he's speaking seriously or really confronting his feelings about something. And I was hoping we would get that with Giuseppe in a kind of what are we sense, because we are living together. This is that. I was, abruptly left, and it did hurt me. I am guarded, and I do lead with attitude and personality. But I am, a grown, older man. I need to know what's going on here and what you really want from me and what you're here for. Because we didn't even, give closure with mama, none of that. The cutoff, we didn't talk about that. No, we just got a pie in the face. but I would have loved to see him be really serious and vulnerable, even if it wasn't with Giuseppe, but just confront some things because we get he's the quickie little smart, like, oh, I'm gonna say the funny thing. We know that Anthony's funny. What else is Anthony though?
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know.
We'll never know now.
I say, well, that's all she wrote. Oh, Charlotte, they hate you, girl. Charlotte. After watching this, I had come to terms, which I didn't even know, because I like how fun Kim Cattrall is as Samantha. I think upon first watch of Sex in the City, I was champion, like, I love Samantha. Watching this now and us going back and watching, I was like, I would really love me some Charlotte. I think I'm a Charlotte. I like Charlotte. It's her and that hopeless romance show. Baby, go away. But I really, it's something really, and I love it's a testament to her fashion too. There's something really timeless and nurturing about Charlotte that I really appreciate, and something that I thought like we were going to really expand upon here. They gave Charlotte nothing. Even with what I wished for when we did our predictions for this episode, and I was like, well, at least we can have Harry complaining and get a hard on down at Miranda's house and give Miranda some payback because they're gonna be getting it on the coast back room. No, we didn't even make it out of the house. We didn't even make it out of the house. We confined Charlotte to the house. What? What was that? We did nothing with Charlotte. We gave her nothing. Charlotte's arc here was, oh my God, my husband finally got a hard on so I can get lucky. We can finally do it. Is that what we've been waiting on all season, really? I know there's been a heavy, center around Harry's parts and what was happening to them, what wasn't happening. That's been a thing. But that's Harry. That isn't Charlotte's arc. Like, I guess Charlotte gets it in, and we have her, of course, playing matchmaker with Carrie, and we have that. That didn't give much, but we also have this ending moment with her and Rock. It's just like, oh, mom, it wasn't a thing. You didn't have to delete the picture. That's one of many Kodak moments that we're going to have in the future. I love performing and being on stage. You're going to see me in all kind of things, so don't just harbor on that one time that you thought you got to see me all dressed up and dolled up. You'll probably get to see it again, and it's just. I was like, this isn't enough. This is Charlotte. Why did y'all do this to Charlotte? If we weren't all over Harry about his condition, she had vertigo for like half the season. Ashley, why did they do this to Charlotte?
I don't know. That's what I said. That's why I said I felt as though this whole thing was disrespectful because even the plot arcs that they started, they just didn't round up and finish. We had a nice moment in episode 10 where Charlotte meets with the cleanser or whatever, right? And then it's just dropped off the edge of the world. Like there's nothing about, wow, okay, now he's in remission, he's fully healed. I've worked on processing this. This is where I'm at now. And I think the first or second season, maybe early this season, I'm not just your mom. I'm more than that. Well, who else are you, Charlotte? Because that's all they let you be in the show. There's never a moment where I felt like I can say Charlotte came into her own as it relates to the business. We talked about opening the gallery. We don't get any finality or conclusion with any of the plans. I just they should have just the finale should have been episode 10. I don't know why they would have broken. Like you said, they didn't know they were getting canceled. Then people probably was like, "You're canceled. It's done. It's over. What you got? Put it out there." I would have hoped they could have rushed and done something to salvage this because this was just a mess. And I do think it's glaring how they played in Charlotte's face. Because really nothing was about her. It didn't give main character energy, Tyra, at all. Charlotte was like a bystander in her own life, which she had talked about, which I think is just so sad ultimately. And as far as Rock, you give us no language around them. You just kind of throw it out there a couple times and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, but no, I'm not bound by that. Like, it's just a role. It's a character. Like, I'm fine with that, mom. So Charlotte doesn't have any understanding, just like the audience doesn't have any understanding who Rock is. Why even introduce them? I don't get it. But they don't like her. And if her life is just centered around Harry's penis, what a sad, terrible, small life, Tyra. I hate that.
We all know Harry packing. Ain't nothing small about Harry. Child, please. Um, as far as what I would have liked to have seen from Charlotte, I think, and I got this picture because Lord, if you were there in them Sex in the City streets, y'all know what it took to get these two together. Lord, Harry and that Harry bat, just her converting like it was so much. Charlotte is the Charlotte. Charlotte probably where we focus on Carrie. It's all the relationship woes. Everything was just pretty tamed. Even though we did have Miranda. Miranda had the baby, and Samantha had her own woes of sometimes a sexual nature or just the conflict within the fan group because of her just being who she is. And then she eventually has an arc. I don't want to spoil nothing just in case you want to go finish it, but she has her moments too. But as far as like who went through the most, all about a man, I feel like it was Charlotte. I feel like it was Charlotte, and they've come so far from who we met them as. I would have really loved to see them flourish in their marriage with one another now that the kids are older and we're kind of over that hurdle of just trying to have babies and adopting. And now we're there and we could be pretty damn close to being empty nesters. How do we, keep this love going? Because we know that she loves Harry, or even in the midst, if they wanted to do the cancer and everything, we could have still had those things in us persevering because I love this man. And I wanted to see her really flourishing down at the art gallery. We got the jizz on the mattress. We didn't, we got the vertigo. We got everything, but and I really wish that they had explored the situation with Rock and also explained it well to the audience because a lot of us, we may not understand either. Because the way Charlotte was acting last episode when she saw her in that red, it was like she was losing something. And she's associating the non gender conforming type of clothes and the non binary thing with I'm losing my daughter. And I
Yeah.
know it's worded differently. And the way I would say it is her transition. No, she's not transitioning into a boy. She's still Rock. She's just that. But I worded it in that way because that's how Charlotte seems to be taking it. Like I'm losing a part of my daughter that I didn't think. And it's in the way that they kind of minimalize it here as just wardrobe. I don't think it was that. I think it was everything or all these moments that she thought she was going to have as a mother with her daughter. Probably the same, rinse and repeat that she got to have with Lily that she won't get to have with Rock because she is non-binary. No, they just no, mom. This is just that I'm gonna wear all types of clothes. I don't think it's just about the clothes, Rock or writers or show. It's about other things too. But where did you want us to go over here with Charlotte?
Like I said, I would have liked to see her. I would have liked to see her and Harry, hot and heavy on the outside, right? Dating, living their full, like I said, the kids is grown, the kids is old enough to take care of themselves. Live your best life. Go out there and have a good time. I would have also liked to see her open her own gallery and really be commanding the art space because she has so much wisdom and such a breadth of wisdom in that space. It would have been cool for people to call upon her with their art questions or her hiring a staff and buying art and curating events or exhibits. I would have loved to see her really moving forward and just discovering who she was. We didn't get enough of that. We heard her talk about it, right? Like, I'm more than this. I'm more than this. And then it was like instantly I'm sucked back into being his caretaker and then full-time mom. I would have really liked to see her explore some of her other interests. Like I said, work the art gallery and, have some, now that his Peter Weeder is working, go on and live your best life, honey. Wild exhibitionist type stuff. That would have
No.
been fun.
Her consolation prize here was, girl, you finally get to get this work again. Oh yeah, because that's all I've ever wanted in life. Like, yeah, what about all the other stuff?
Yeah.
But we didn't care about Charlotte, unfortunately. What a beautiful self. I'm very disappointed in where we took her. But getting over here to Lisa. Lisa and the affair that never was. Didn't I tell y'all I didn't want to see Marion again? I told y'all I didn't want to because there was no reason for us to put Marion anywhere. That was never going to be a thing. It was never going to happen. Marion shows up here with Lisa in this episode. Still, did we end off with Lisa not finishing this? Is she? Unless we were at a showing, it's not done to me. We weren't all down at somebody's theater watching Lisa's doc. So in my mind, it's not done. We ended off this season still. We're gonna go into. It's been a whole decade, Lisa. This damn doc still isn't done. But they're giving, oh, we can't do this. I'm married. Yeah, whatever this is, we gotta, keep it tucked away because I was like, what? This was never anything. You never did anything. You didn't explore anything. You didn't share a kiss. You guys rubbing knees accidentally on a plane and nudging each other, maybe in a theater was just, it's too close for comfort. And Lisa's giving this episode, what would it look like if I was over there with Marion? Because Herbert is just the worst husband in the world now because he's having a moment of self-loathing all about that damn comptroller. I didn't know that it was going to mean that much. I didn't know that we were going to need an attitude adjustment last episode and get here to where the energy is so weird and he hasn't been to work and he's just so down on himself that he's lashing out at me. But Marion's always here. What if I just happened to act on? We never thought you were, Lisa. We never thought your marriage was in jeopardy. We never thought that any of that was going to ever happen for you and Marion. So we didn't need you guys amicably saying, yeah, we're good on that because we're married and committed to our significant others. Child, please. But regardless of that, we have them come together in this episode and have Lisa where we were contemplating at the runway. And if I could just, well, you give and I take and it's this and Herbert's and that. And what is marriage? Marriage is this because he's going to stand by me and I'm going to stand by him. And I love you, Herbert, and I love you too. What? Lisa is such a wasted character. Lisa is such a wasted character. It's actually gross. At least with someone like Charlotte, where they wasted her, we know who Charlotte is. We've had so many years to get into Charlotte. We still don't know who Lisa is. And you never gave us an opportunity to. You never gave her a real story arc. You never really gave her anything to do. And then we finish her off in this way. Like we've been saying with season 2, after the miscarriage and the way that she was having kind of that inner conflict because did I cause this with me giving so much and sacrificing my career for my kids? I really didn't want this baby. So the aspect that I maybe caused this miscarriage, I'm really tugging with it, but I'm also happy because I don't want to have any more children. I want to focus on myself. We left that on the ground. We left it on the ground and we just get here and do nothing with her and put her in these absurd outfits. It's upsetting. Ashley?
It's crazy to me that this is the one thing they wanted to check off their list. They said, oh, now we introduced this idea. We want to go ahead and wrap it up. Black Charlie Chaplin and her, it was never a thing. Y'all never even breathed in each other's mouths. No. Like, we're to believe that this was steam heat. Shut up. Oh, we can't do this. I know. I'm married. You're married. It's not a good idea. We don't give a damn she who must not be named. I don't care. I don't care, Willy Wonka. I don't care, Doctor Who. I don't care about any of this. I don't care about Hubert and his 2 low buttoned shirts. Why are his shirts all buttoned just up to here? Stop it. I hate it. And he's miserable. She's miserable. But it's like, okay, in marriage, you just sweep things under the rug. Again, I'm so confused about what messaging they want the world to take from this. Like, oh yeah, just stay married. Even if it's terrible, even if you're disrespected by your mother-in-law, even if your husband's ignoring you and treating you poorly, even if, you feel like you've lost yourself in it, just, stick around and don't say anything. Just stick there and shut up and be a good little wife. I hate it. I do. She who must not be named. And not just because she's she who must not be named. I just think that this was just again, another wasted opportunity. I felt like this would have been an opportunity to see a black nuclear family, who's well off, who's one of the elites in the city, and to really explore that and to dive into the nuance of that, what that looks like, how she navigates very white spaces, being this kind of affluent black woman. I thought that could have been cool.
Was
Like,
that season two when she walks all the way in the storm and she takes the wig and they had the hair moment? Was that season two?
yeah.
They tried.
But not really. They did a terrible job at it. And again, we keep saying Naya, Naya, Naya. I'm glad Professor Naya left. I'm glad her name's not on this season. I'm glad she wasn't besmirched by the foolishness that was this season. Hated everything about it.
I'm
Hated Black
not.
Chaplain, Hubert, and she
I,
herself.
I think it didn't take much to offset this show that was already trying to gain its bearings the second season. So when Nia left, it was like, well, we have to interject, conflict and some spice somewhere that Nia would have provided onto these other characters. And I think they used Lisa here and Seema to try to do that. And Lisa just was never that. And regardless of them trying so hard to leave race out of their narrative for a lot of the show, they are a black family. We could have done other things with them that we couldn't touch on at all with Charlotte or with, and we can't. They didn't explore that. They did not explore any of that. It's just that's just Lisa. It's like, okay, uh, Ashley, I'm going to ask anyway because I hopefully you have maybe something interesting to add. If you could do anything with Lisa, what would you have done with Lisa's character? And she's here in my least favorite outfit of the show ever because this I remember seeing Lisa in this, and I was like, what is that? This outfit pissed me off. I knew it was downhill from here. Ashley.
I would have liked to see her finish her 10 episode documentary. I would have liked to see that. I would have liked to see her not be a demon. I would have liked to see her confront that mother-in-law and really have a knockdown drag out. Like, you're not going to disrespect me in my house. And Herbert, Hubert, whatever your name is, if you can't get it right, then you can kick rocks too. I would have liked to see her take a stand and just do something different. I would have liked her to talk nicely to her baby girl. There's a lot of things I would have liked for her. But ultimately, I don't know. It was very vapid. Her character was just very useless. Like, she was just there just to be there, literally just to check a box. And I hate that. I hate that for any woman of color, any woman, period, especially on a show where it has so many eyes and you have so much opportunity to be seen and do other things. I feel like this kind of, hopefully it doesn't pigeonhole her career further, but it just wasn't a true example of what she's capable of. And y'all know I'm not a fan, but I do think that she's a capable actress. And I feel as though she was wasted here.
Extremely. We know who Nicole Ari Parker is, but there is a sector of people. This may have been the first time that they've ever met her. We've been looking at Nicole since Soul Food. But speaking of Soul Food, that was a very black centered show on a what was it, on Stars or
Showtime?
Showtime.
Yeah.
Like it's way back when. And other than Soul Food, she's been a staple in the black community and more so movies in our spaces, but this is probably the first time that I've seen her on something so massive that wasn't completely black centered.
Yeah.
And this could have been an opportunity for her because we love these actresses who put in so much work, and you've probably seen them just as long as you've been watching TV, and it's just like, oh, this is a big thing for your career, and it's great to have it whenever you get it, even if it's later in your career. This could open doors to something else, and we gave her nothing to do. It was very unfortunate. I would have loved to see her in really cute outfits. I would have loved to see Lisa giving body. For whatever reason, this season, they covered the girls up. They covered all the ladies up. Nobody was allowed to show any skin. There's that. I wanted to go deeper with their marriage. They wanted to do this now, and so it feels all wonky. But they wanted so bad to avoid conflict with her and Hubert, and like we're the couple that Herbert that doesn't argue and we don't fuss, we don't fight, and there's just that. So there's really just nowhere to go. I and it's not about fussing and fighting. I thought that they were going to have disagreements because she's no longer going to be the really heavy hitting, damn near stay at home slash campaign manager slash supermom slash. I'm going to go off and chase my own thing, and he's going to be just thrown for a loop because what is going on? But I don't think they wanted to do that because they had that brief moment between Charlotte and Harry. And I was someone before I was blank, blank, blank. So they thought that it would be probably rinse and repeat. We got to do something different. And even if you wanted to have Mary in here, child, if you're not going to push it, don't introduce it. She didn't have to sleep with him, but there were so many other things. She could have been texting Marion. She could have been spending one too many late nights on down at
Dream sequence. Come on.
dream sequence. Anything. It could have been anything, and we didn't do those things. I wanted to see I wanted to see the doc. And they're like, yeah, Michelle Obama said she was gonna be what? Oh my God, we don't care. If Michelle ain't walking through the door, we don't care. It just didn't give, and I would have loved to see her flourish in a way that I haven't seen her in different spaces. But if we don't give her anything, then we can't see that. So it's okay. Oh, it's okay. So somebody saw Nicole here and said we're gonna pick her up. I promise. Somebody had to. It's a very massive show. Oh Lord. I was already disappointed. By the time Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy Company B Carrie delivered them damn pies, and I realized, nobody's gonna be here. We're not getting the send off of everybody in one place sharing at one time and getting some form of closure, but also knowing, I've all because they do those send offs in Sex and the City where I've always got our girls or Charlotte to say, well, maybe we can be each other's forever, or maybe we can be each other's whatever twin flames, blah blah blah. We always have each other, but to just show the finality of we have each other, but we've expanded so much. There's new friends here. There's different husbands and different kids and this and that. We have each other, but it looks different now, and we're older. No, nobody shows up here for Thanksgiving. Everybody's gone. Even Miranda leaves her own damn dinner party. It's like, you know what? We have the initial conversation. I was like, oh, look, Steve's here. Maybe Steve's gonna be. And they're like, yeah, I'm not coming down. Steve said, no, I'm not. Me there. That's the last thing we need. I was like, oh, so the way that they made Steve and Harry so non-essential is weird to me because they're as big of a part of the show as the ladies as well. They've been love interests and husbands and everything for a very long time. Yeah. They're in all the movies. They've always been here. So the fact that Steve just kind of pops up and it's just, grandparents, and even though you probably went about it the wrong way, Miranda, I'm happy that you're doing this because we need to be a part of our grandbabies' lives, and that's literally it. I feel like Steve deserved more. He deserved to at least be here down at this raggedy ass dinner party. We meet these friends, Epcot. What is this plight of the separation of this is Gen Z on down and this is us? The Gen Zers on this show come in like a wrecking ball, and they're just they're so weird. The way that the boy down there was frolicking on down at the party and being disrespectful from the moment that he touched down, and I was like, who are these people? It's giving, a 60-pluser writing what they think a Gen Zer would say or act like. And then we have this one down here, the Epcot, rolling up with her flagellants. She's blowing up the bathroom. She's eating. Why are we here? Why are we here? And we didn't have one real sentimental moment of Brady maybe stepping into, what? This is what fatherhood is. I'm about to really be here. Me going out and search for seaweed and whatever else is going to be the least of my problems. This is my mother, my child, baby mama, Mia, whatever we want to claim her as. let me step into that and show that I'm about to be Brady the dad. No, we have them arguing here. She's doing and then we just leave. I was like, Miranda, you gonna leave off on a sour note? How do you leave me to entertain your damn guest, people I don't know, and answer the door at your party? And then it's all behind Joy. I was like, oh, nobody wants Joy. Nobody wants Joy. Girl, when she said that, like, oh, Joy isn't coming, her dogs are sick. The dog is sick. The fact that we have her here in a final episode and still can't entrust Joy's word that the dog and that Joy just wouldn't show up on her own accord because I don't like family, so she's lying to me. That's not a good relationship make. We don't need to end off here, baby. I didn't like any of this. I hated it so much. And the way we spent time here and didn't allot any time for Charlotte or Seema or Lisa for that matter was trash. Ashley, we're voguing down at Miranda's house.
Girl, get the hell out. Get the Three Musketeers out of here. I don't know who writes why. I just God. So all Gen Zers just have no morals, no manners. They were raised in barns, apparently. This was just really sickening. Everything about this was gross to me. And it started out with that pregnant heifer's lies, talking about she only eats cucumbers, rice, and whatever. Ho, you eat way more than that. Let's be very, very, very clear. No shade. But sister, you do. Brady's in here trying to make the meal for everyone, apparently doing a good job in the kitchen. What I hate most about this, it wasn't just the terrible Epcot and her lactose intolerance, but going and devouring the cheese plate. Oh boy, voguing. That wasn't my issue. My issue is that we never had a moment with Brady talking to his pregnant whoever and saying, I know how you feel. I just want you to know I want to be a part of the baby's life and I want to be there every step of the way. And that's all they really would have had to do. But Carrie playing running interference, him leaving to go to the store and never come back. Like, did you come back? Did he ever come back? To the bathroom, to Carrie's impromptu date, to Miranda again. You think somebody lied to you about this. You find out that it's real and you run, you leave your son, you leave these invited guests to go see about her. And then this is the first emotion we even see from the hoe, crying about her damn dogs. Like, don't get me wrong. I get it. Y'all dog, like, I get it. There's a dog here. There's a whole dire wolf in there. So like I get it, but I hate everything about that relationship. It just doesn't, if you're questioning that, you're right. That does not a good relationship make. Like, what are we doing? And then you have this opportunity in a group setting to get all of the girls here to have a final send off and you just don't do it.
All separate. Dropping off. And it was, for me, it was Carrie going to deliver those pies and every single person wanting to really interface and speak with her and like giving coming and just say, all right, gotta go. It's like they went out of their way to not have any intersections between them. It's like, gotta go. Just came to deliver a pie with cabs outside.
Just
I don't know. Brady was out the whole time looking for seaweed for apparently 2 hours because the turkey didn't cook. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, the Gen Z thing is very tired. I did want to see Brady kind of not change all overnight, but kind of step into, but he ended off in such a negative space with her. It's giving, this is going to be hot garbage for everyone involved, all behind you not wanting to use no protection. Sir. But this was tired. And they need to stop writing Gen Z characters like this.
They do. It's like they hate them. Why would you write them that way? It's so silly. I don't understand it.
Stop it.
Oh, God.
This was gross. I was like, I don't care. I was like, bitch, don't put them hands on me. Don't put them shitty hands on me, Miranda. It made me mad. It gave me creepy crawlies. Girl, she was cleaning up shit and she hugged her. But after the toilet overflow and they zoom in to make sure we can see it multiple times because Lord knows we needed to see that. We're cleaning it up and it's just, we're Joy, maybe blank, 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 blank. Like Ashley said, we got so much emotion out of Joy for the dogs, and I need to be there for her, even if once again, yogurt walking in the halls of Gramercy ass naked, humping shade down at the house. Be damned. I'm gonna leave you here to entertain my guest in my dinner party while I go see about Joy. Bye, Carrie. It's like Miranda's just never gonna read the room. But she has a change of heart. Joy decides, because of the dogs, because everything is dependent upon these dogs. You showed up for me and my family, so I thought I could show up for yours. Because if you would have brought yourself on down there, then it just would have been whatever. All behind a Lego. I was like, what kind of punk ass dog is that? My dog devours Legos. But
For breakfast.
girl, devours them for breakfast. That's how we know them dogs was tired. Lord. But we get in here and we have this embrace. And of course, they have the send off of them just sharing Thanksgiving dinner together. And it's giving, this is my forever. Joy is my joy. Absolutely not. Actually, she hugged her with the gloves on.
No, that was so vile and disgusting. You can tell Miranda ain't cleaning no floors. And another thing, why is she living in this hovel? Don't you have anything? Like oh God, y'all sold the property. You're a career woman. I don't understand why we're in this makeshift bathroom. I know they had budget. I don't know. Oh God, I don't know. The gloves, it's disgusting. You know she's not really cleaning anything ever, because who's gonna hug you with poopy gloves? I just hated it. This was so vile and low and just based. I just hate it. We never had to do this. Of all of the things to do and all of the things, like, you just steal? Like, because we've seen this over and over and over again. We've never seen it as graphically, but we've seen this in sitcoms. I think we saw this in Friends with what was his name? Y'all know David Schwimmer's character. We saw that over here. Like, Ross, like, why are we doing this? I just hated it. You know, I hate Joy. I really don't even like Miranda at this point. What are we all here for? I wish them nothing but the worst, Tyra. I don't see it for this relationship. It's
Oh my
lackluster. I don't care.
oh man.
And what is that, the message that their relationship is poo? Because she was cleaning it up at the
The whole show
time.
was
It was
cool.
just
There was no place in time where that toilet poop humor needed to be interjected into the show. It was so unnecessary. And the fact that they harbored on it, wrote it in so intently, had the girl in the lactose intolerant, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom again, just to have that moment. It was like, yeah, I think this is an inside joke for the writers in the show. It was like, yeah, this is a shit show, so we're literally going to show shit. I was like, oh, okay, smart. You're smart. Okay. But leaving this here, Ashley, if you had a choice, where would you have taken Miranda's character?
Y'all gonna be mad at me. I'd have taken, if she wants to, she's had a change and everything. Going over there with Shay. Going over there with Shay. Y'all reconnected, reunited, and it feels so good. We're having a moment. Because at least Shay's going to bring some energy, some excitement, some vivaciousness, something. Honestly, though, really, I just want Miranda to be who Miranda was supposed to be the whole time. Like, have a perspective, have a point of view, choose you and whatever it is you're going to do, and just choose a better person. And it didn't have to be Shay, but someone who really actually liked you, Miranda. And that you could be secure with, because what's crazy is that, especially for her and Carrie, they just gave off such insecurity. Like, I'm just not, oh my goodness, I'm just not secure in this. I don't know. But she doesn't like me. Like, why are we months in and you're still questioning if this person would lie to you and not show up to your, like, I would like to see her secure in who she is and moving forward, preferably with Shay. Bring Shay back. Justice for Shay.
Ciao. I would have left her with Steve. I would have left Miranda with
What's
Steve.
gay now?
No, hold on. I would have left her with Steve. Initially, when they introduced the idea, it wasn't giving a change in sexuality. She was just bored. It's like, is this all there is? Is Steve my forever person? We're kind of settling. We're older. Empty nesters when we want to be? Is it just couch and snacks and this? I need some spontaneity. I need to be sexually, enticed and all these things. I would have had them introduce other people to the bedroom. I would have had that, and maybe even if it was Shay, even if it was whoever, and just had things like, oh, okay, it was just supposed to be this one time, but now we're doing it more often. Them kind of losing themselves, and maybe Miranda going wayward, and
Oh,
then maybe deciding, I'm not sure if I'm X, Y, and Z. I just couldn't like instantly break them up. We've been through so much with these two. The affairs, the movies. Child, we've been through so much, and y'all who have seen the movies, y'all know that scene where they have that little moment and they meet up on that bridge. Like, we went through all of that to get here, and to have this, it just was that. Even if there was a change and I'm becoming someone else and I maybe want something else, I'm sorry. I wouldn't have just completely pushed Steve out of the narrative instantly and make it all Shay or make it all anybody. I would have kept those things lingering. I would have kept those things lingering. I think it would have been interesting because we do have so many people exploring those things now. We didn't go over there to nothing. And the one time we tried, we had her over there with Shay and her ex husband, and it was weird. Like, what is this? I think it would have been entertaining. I would have took her over there. I would have definitely still had if they wanted to have this situation here with Brady, because Brady and the condoms, that has been a thing since Brady was an infant. If they wanted to have this, it should have been introduced sooner so we can see Brady adultify himself and grow up, because it's no longer about you. You can't introduce that a couple of episodes removed from the series finale. I would have I would have left these two together, honestly. I would have done that. Or just have it to where, hey, we're together and is this, and hey, maybe Steve's a little bit like, you're lingering a little too much. Like, where are you guys hanging out? We're supposed to be meeting up every Thursday night in our bedroom. What is this? Miranda, what's happening? I would have been here for that. The way that it went and how we lost ourselves with Shay, and then we get here and we're supposed to be having growth with Joy, but we're low key losing ourselves in not so much that's like love struck schoolgirl that we were getting with Shay, but how she just absconded her whole life and dropped the internship and all those things. And then we get here and Joy literally gives nothing.
yeah. Well, that before we're harassing waitresses
Oh,
and sleeping with Rosie O'Donnell in strange bars. Like, girl, like, ugh. This,
child. We didn't need none of that first. We didn't need any of that. We didn't need any of that. If we could have grown from something and had been introduced to someone who we were not trying to check boxes for, someone that was giving her steam heat, because her and Joy, they are not steam heat, honey. And it's like, this was supposed to be to spark up the marriage and keep things interesting, but it's getting beyond that. Make it messy. Take us over there and leave Steve in, and don't have him running around like the elderly, please. Huh? What my hear? Miranda, Miranda. I can't hear you. Miranda, I can't hear you. I gotta. It's like, can we not? And we didn't have to put that there. I think he's lost hearing, or he's losing hearing currently in one of his ears. I was like, y'all didn't have to write that in. What are you doing?
just,
They make me sick.
and it's the fact that they get on every week and swear that they are eating it up. Like, yeah, this is this is cooking. This is good TV.
Absolutely. We get here, it's Barry White and pumpkin pie.
Bye,
It didn't
girl.
convince me. Carrie's home, y'all. We spoke on this Gramercy early. Carrie is home. Do we believe her though? Carrie opts to go home, and we're kind of like, really? This is the first time we get a wide shot of Gramercy, and we can really see all that she's done to the place. I was like, Carrie, what is happening in the Gramercy? But it's just like, okay, it's furnished. This is my home now. I'm no longer that 29-year-old Carrie typing, smoking my cigarettes on down at the brownstone. This is where I belong, and I'm dancing and I'm singing, and it's just supposed to get final. You can't give us the Carrie that we got the entire episode and then expect us to get here and think that she's happy to be here. Whether she was happy in Gramercy or not, the real thing is she happy to be here alone? I don't know. This gave prison sentence. It gave punishment. It gave, I'm just gonna do my
A
time.
lot in life, yeah. This is just my
Swan song.
yeah, this is
It
my
gave
lot.
the end. and not like the ending of an era. And I don't need those things. That doesn't suit me anymore. I'm gonna go off and explore and live my best life. I have so much to look forward to. No matter how old I get, I'm still Carrie Bradshaw. No, no. She was doing her penance, and I'm gonna, open this laptop. Everyone's gonna stay up here and write books, and in my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be.
I wanna be.
Is this home for you now? Is this her first, her last, and her everything?
Tyra, they had two jobs really with Carrie. Give us fashions and give us wealth and opulence. Give us grandeur. And we could have dealt with the rest. Y'all could have sprinkled Aiden all through there. Y'all could have done a lot of stuff that you did or didn't do. But the fact that you have this apartment looking like a college dorm room, halfway thrown together, is beyond. You have the Gramercy estate looking. I
Liquidation warehouse.
listen. She's up here, like you said, in the attic, locked away. We don't even have a really fabulous closet. Like I just I don't I know, and we don't believe you. Carrie, you've been male centered your whole life, right? You just said, yeah, I got married because I got chose. Yeah. And now I'm alone. Who am I without a man? Am I really somebody now? Like,
Carrie Bradshaw. Because I'm
yeah,
not here. Nobody's here. I don't even got to remove my shoes. I'm going to
this is
frolic in my apartment.
her unending prison sentence with her mismatched furniture. I say, um, yeah, no, this is not what anybody asked for. This is not what anybody wanted to see. This is what nobody needed. I'm fine with her decentering men and choosing herself and being okay. The fact is she wasn't okay.
No.
Every pore, every fiber of her being conveyed to us throughout all 3 seasons of this that she was not okay with being alone, that she wanted someone, that she wanted a man particularly to carry this space with her. Even Gramercy itself is a manifestation of her wanting and dreaming and hoping of an Aiden to share it with. No, this was not revelatory. This was not empowering. This was not freeing because Carrie is still a very damaged and broken woman. Like, I don't know how we missed that or how people can say this was a positive message when she clearly is still struggling with identity at 60 years old. With who she is, with acceptance, with self-acceptance, with, what it really means to love yourself and be enough just all by yourself. I think this is tragic. This was honestly a tragedy. I hated everything about it. Like I said, it was not freeing. It was not empowering. It was not moving. We weren't like, go Carrie. No, I was sad. I've been sad for her the whole time, but this was like the nail in the coffin because this is it.
This is the ending of her book.
Hmm.
But they wanted to flip it, and it's a positive thing because this is her choice. And life doesn't stop here at Gramercy, but the way you wrote it and her actions, you said it stopped. Girl, when they panned the camera over the shoe, I was like, oh Lord. Now she's the cat lady. She's gonna be the cat lady of Gramercy. She's gonna get another shoe. She's gonna have shoes in a shoe, and we're just gonna be here typing away. I don't know.
It's
I
awful.
don't know. Now, if she would have got all dolled up and walked out, and we went out into the city, and it was giving my first, my last, my everything, I maybe would have believed that there was light at the end of the tunnel. You cannot tell me that Carrie isn't repenting, looking out this window and thinking about, where she went wrong to end up here alone. Like, what did I do to deserve this? It's just it's not giving any positive outlooks of who she is now and standing on. I'm Carrie. I'm single. Like, I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. Like, no, she's lonely. She's lonely as hell.
Yeah.
She's lonely as hell.
She hates it.
I don't know, but I just thought I was like, when they panned and they were showing all of Gramercy, like, look at what she did with the place. I was like, if y'all don't put that away, what this collage of items? What is happening here, child? But leaving Carrie here. I thought it'd be only right that we leave off here because we did not get a proper ending of the show. So we're going to listen to this, what I thought was a fitting ending that we should have gotten here, but we didn't get it. And then we're going to share our thoughts and say our goodbyes to the girls.
Avenues, Rubicons, so it seemed. She broke hearts, heels, habits. She loved, lost, won, tripped, leaped, fell short and into puddles. She aged, got wiser. She has made the hardest, worst, and best decisions. Traveled near and far for the new, the vintage, friends, and love. Changed homes, time zones, boyfriends, her mind, her shoes, her hair, but never her love and devotion to New York City. She had dates, drinks, boyfriends, a husband, and truly great loves and romances. She hailed cabs, she ran in heels, and danced with Stanford. She told the truth, and she lied. She typed, wondered, wrote, published, grieved, forgave, got stood up, stood strong, stood out. She devoted herself to hats, books, shoes, friends, and the promise of a new day in her beloved city and the people she treasured most. She has worn shame, pride, honor, optimism, and literally countless dresses, skirts, and tutus, held on to hands, hopes, and the very best of people. Miranda, Samantha, and Charlotte, there will never be better friends. And what great fortune for Carrie to come to know and love Seema and LTW. Most divine new
Gotta be
connections.
AI. Who did this?
Carrie Bradshaw has dominated my professional heartbeat for 27 years. I think I have loved her most of all.
Sarah Jessica Parker did that?
I don't know. I just found it. I don't know. I don't know, but I was like, this is the ending or the voyage that you go on to make something final. And we didn't get any of the feels in the show that we got here. But I thought we should have a little piece of a proper goodbye. So
Yeah.
Ashley, anything you want to share before we get out of here?
Yeah, so here's the thing. First, I want to say thank you to everyone who came through every week and watched not only my uploads, but came and supported the live discussions. You guys have been amazing. We hope that you stay around because there's a ton of other stuff that we cover that's actually really good, that we love to talk about. But aside from that, if it hadn't been for you guys, I would have been stopped watching this terrible train wreck of a poor ass show. From the beginning, I feel as though this was a money grab. This was a greedy attempt to play on the emotions and feelings and sentiment of people who loved Sex and the City, who loved the franchise, and who loved these characters. I think they intentionally went by season after season in an effort to literally pick apart, derail each and every one of these ladies, inch by inch, bit by bit, until by the end, by that last episode, they were all unrecognizable. I think it's a pity, a shame, and honestly, I think people should bring suit against them. I believe that this was a travesty. I think that this was a huge FU to the people who've loved and watched these characters and these ladies, by giving that last episode. And I hope they do time. I hope they do serious time. And I hope that their pillows would have never cold. I hope that their water is always kind of warm and tepid. I hope that their underarms stink because this was awful. It's really, really bad. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to watch it anymore. I'm glad it's over.
It's a bittersweet situation. This has been really fun. Even at the thought of tackling this and kind of digesting and just like that all in one setting, preparing for this season, it was like, oh my goodness. And it was like, oh, okay, well, season one, we tried really hard. Season two finally came along, and then it was like, well, we have something to look forward to because season two really started to. And then we get here, they threw all that out the window, and it's like we started from scratch with nothing, and they did nothing with these ladies, and they didn't know where to take them. It was it was interesting. I'm not mad at the show. I would love for it, would have loved for it to be really great and exceptional and really pay tribute to who we met, but also be its own thing and have its own identity and grow to be something where it's like, well, see, it's not always a bad thing to go in the direction of a legacy show or a prequel or whatever. Sometimes shows do have a little bit left to give and it could be something outstanding. No.
Not over here.
No, this was not that, unfortunately. But you guys have made it absolutely outstanding and fun to be here and talk about it. It's really been a good time. Um, I will say, oh, I need some girlfriends on the TV. I need some ladies on the TV. We have no girlfriends. We have no Sex in the City. We have no Just Like That. There's no Harlem. There's no Golden Girls. There's no She Run the World. I need a foursome of women on the TV, on the telly at all times, in any variation, anything. It just needs to be there. So many shows are going above and beyond to be anything but what this is and what we're supposed to be covering when we're centering not just a woman, but four women of different walks of life and different interests and dynamics. They don't do this anymore. So somebody better do something. Fix it. Do something. Get me some ladies on TV immediately. That's why I was never in a rush of like, oh yeah, cancel that. Yeah. No, cancel it and replace it with what? Now, if we'd had something else, something that had longevity, something that's not going to be canceled after one or two seasons, something that's really a staple, and those are our girls, something that's not Tyler Perry. Anything. It's just non-existent right now, so I can't say that I'm just so happy that this show ended. It was good to talk about for what it was, but I want something better to talk about that's also, and not, I'm not just going to say female centered, but the age demographic makes all the difference. We're not going to see, where else are you going to see for 60 pretty much 60-year-old women in a show?
The Golden Girls. Well, watch it. Reruns.
I'm talking about like,
No, present day, no. But this had all the potential. I think if they would have followed the formula that they used in episode 10, this could have been an amazing, spin-off opportunity or whatever they wanted to call it, a reboot. They say it's not Sex in the City, but there was so much potential here to explore older women, their lives, their loves, all of those things. And I feel like this was just a farce. It was sad, and I don't believe it was representative of most women. Some, sure, but not most. It was just piss poor, lazy. And I hated it. But Tyra, you are right. We do need representation of friend groups now. We don't really have any of that.
because
Nothing of the sort. Everything's been
lacking.
canceled.
It's lacking. I did try to watch Buccaneers. Actually, I have not seen. What was it called? Was it Sex Life of College Girls? And that's canceled too, right? Is that what it's called? Did I get it right? I have not seen that. If that's what it's called.
That's what
Buccaneers was a lot of the shows, because they're trying to cater to a certain audience, and a lot of these, even if they maybe are probably most often based off of books and they're established, they're catering to the YA audience. I'm talking about a show for us. I am not YA. and though I can partake and indulge in those too, I would want something 30 pluser and up women. I want to see that personally. I'm looking in the chat though. The writers used to even call this a reboot. Yeah, child.
No, I don't think I watched Girls. That's not still in that was Oh Girl, right? Lena Dunham?
I believe so.
Yeah, I just watched her Netflix show that dropped a couple of weeks ago, and that was it's Lena Dunham. If you like her style of humor, that's over there. But again, a Netflix will drop. We like something that'll build week over week over week that we can watch with you guys. And that,
That's also, fun, and I want something that caters to both. I know it's hard to find a medium, but it's like we're forgotten.
Yeah.
And they want to cater to, because actively I know that, and I don't know that, like, how many of the young bucks, if you want to call them, are actively watching television, actively tuning in to a weekly program. Because I know what my children be doing, or what my brother and my siblings are watching, who are in that younger demographic. They don't watch TV. So you would think that you would want to cater something specifically to the audience of, we still sitting down watching TV and tuning in weekly to some things. But no, everything's a novel based on something. No, nobody's trying to be inventive in a different way and introduce something completely different. No, we go find a hit, summer turn pretty buccaneer, and then we make a show. Just I want something inventive. It would be nice with some nice,
Well, I'll tell you something that's good, Tyra, that's on right now. They just started. Outlander, Blood of My Blood. We cover it every Saturday. Be there for that. Dexter Resurrection, Stephanie, you say? I'm covering Dexter Resurrection as well. My review will be up for episode 7 tomorrow as well. Those are great shows. Alien Earth. That's another one. That's good. And next week, I believe we're going to jump into what is it? Peacemaker season 2. So listen, we've got a lot of stuff coming up, guys. So I mean, be there or be square. There's a few little sprinklings of things. Because did you watch Outlander yet, Tyra? Blood of My
I
Blood?
have not watched Outlander yet.
That first scene. Jamie Daddy said, how can I make you feel good? You make me feel good. I'm gonna just sit it right there. If y'all want to get your life, go over it. Outlander, Blood of My Blood.
It
3
is.
episodes
It's
out.
very good. Ashley and I will be talking about that. Blood of My Blood is really entertaining. It's a very fantastic show in every single facet of the word. There's some impressive stuff out.
No one's watching it.
We wish that people would, watch those shows and tune in. If you are looking for good TV, please consider Outlander, Blood of My Blood. Consider Alien Earth. Um, hell, Peacemaker. Watch some of these things that are coming out. It's gonna be a good time.
Anna Babe, no. Wednesday was not bad. I enjoyed the first half of season 2. I think Tyra did too. What'd you think of Wednesday?
Yeah,
The first.
Wednesday's decent. It's I don't care for them breaking it up. They're always trying to find new ways. Like if it's gonna be that, just premiere it weekly, like a regular series. Don't give me half of something and give me the next half in another month. Like, I just, please. You already took 3 years to bring it back. Yeah, Wednesday's cool.
That girl from yonder. No, you don't have to watch the OG Outlander to watch it. It's a prequel.
No,
They say it's good too, but you don't have to.
no, neither. Well, Ashley has seen some of that first season of Outlander OG. I've never seen it, and looking at this current show, I'm like, after we're done here, I'm gonna go roll up on it because I really need some answers in this universe, because this is cooking and it's a prequel. What was the original show like? It must be very good. But y'all, that was Sex in the City. Ashley, anything you want to say before we dip out to the folks?
No, just thank you. We really, really do appreciate you guys being here and supporting us every single Friday, week after week after week. It means so much. We just ask that you stick around. Of course, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, because we have tons of stuff going on. But it was so nice meeting you guys, and we really, really appreciate you guys coming through and hanging with us every Friday.
I'm looking at these names in here. I'm taking a mental note of everybody I see here. So if I don't see you again and you just happen to roll up, I'm talking mad greasy to you because you played in my face. But thank you guys so much. We will see you guys next time for whatever we're covering. Good night.
Good night.